Hey, what's up, my babies? It's your boy NightWolf here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're gonna be trying something very different. It probably looks very different because there's like an actual phone right here providing lighting because my room's so dark. But we're not gonna be doing any gaming videos or any reactions today. We're actually gonna be doing some content on the old trusty editing laptop. But we're gonna be doing a tier list for the Overwatch League teams. Some of you guys may not know about the Overwatch League, and you've heard about the Overwatch League, or like you know about Overwatch, but you don't know about the Overwatch League. So as you see, there's S plus. So look, there's S plus, S, A, B, and C. The first list is simply going to be S plus being my favorite teams, then C being my least favorite teams. But yeah, you know, there's like a whole trend now going around with like these tier lists and stuff. So I need clout. So I was like, yo, let me just make a tier list of something that I'm actually passionate about, which is the Overwatch League and esports in general. Let's jump right in the video. Alright, so first things first, Guangzhou Charge. Guangzhou Charge, for me, that's a... I don't have any connections with them. And like, I don't know any players like that, except for KYB, I think. And even then, I was like, I don't have a connection to this team. So that's a C, coach. That's a C, I'm sorry. Toronto Defiant. Again, same thing with the Charge. I don't really have a connection with this team. Like, Toronto Defiant, I mean, Vancouver is the better Canadian team. I'm just saying. Chill, okay? But Toronto Defiant, that's another C, coach. But I think I like Toronto Defiant. No, I like Charge more than Toronto Defiant. Now here we go. Shanghai Dragons, the world record breaking for the worst esports record, or sports record in general, going 0-40 in the first Overwatch League season. Do you know what that means, guys? This team didn't win not one game throughout the whole first season. We're on season 2 right now. But they didn't win not one game. They went 0-40. And the amount of memes and support that came for this team to get their first win was insane. Which they did end up getting. They're at like, I think like 3 wins right now, 3 or 4 wins. And the memes and the support is just incredible. So this is mid-tier A rank for me. This is just my preference. Oh boy, next team, Seoul Dynasty. Seoul Dynasty. Seoul, me and Seoul have a very complicated relationship. Because in season 1, they were rivals with like my favorite team, which we're going to talk about soon. But they were rivals with like my favorite team ever. And I didn't really like them because of that rivalry. But now that we're not really rivals like that anymore, I mean, technically we're still rivals for South Korea. But at the same time, I feel like that rivalry's kind of died down. And like, they have some amazing players like Fisher and Jae-Hong. So that's a S. That's a S. The first S of the day. That's the S. Paris Eternal. The Paris Eternal. Now, I only know one player on that team. If you know what player I'm talking about, comment down below, and if you do that, I will give you a shout out in the next video. If you guess what player I know on the Paris Eternal, I will give you a shout out in whatever the next video is, okay? So Paris Eternal, there's not really much to say. They're one of the newer teams. I don't really know them like that. I've watched like 2 or 3 of their games. They look pretty average in my opinion. So that's a B. That's a B. I like them more than the Charge and Toronto for sure. And I don't think they're a C team. You know what? They're a C team. They're a C team. But they're above Charge and Toronto though. For sure. But they're a C team. Come on now. They're a C team. Alright. Dallas Fuel. Now, if you don't know the history behind Dallas Fuel, then you're kind of bugging. Dallas Fuel is like, for sure, the most diverse team, I would say. For sure. Because Dallas Fuel was actually like top 5 favorite teams for me. And I think still is. Because they have so much amazing and charismatic players. Like, for example, they had XQC. And I absolutely love that kid. Well, he's older than me. That guy. I love that guy. Siegel, freaking Mickey, like Custa used to be on Dallas Fuel. But Dallas Fuel, you guys kind of fell off for me this season. Last season, you guys weren't the best either, but you were pretty average. So I would have given you the A. But for now, Dallas Fuel, you're gonna have to settle with that B. I'm sorry, Dallas fans, but that's just my opinion. Now, hold up. Stop texting me. Now, hold up. Philadelphia Fusion. Now, you remember how I said Seoul Dynasty, the only S tier rank right now. Seoul Dynasty and my favorite team, which we haven't done yet, but my favorite team, they were rivals. When that died down, Philadelphia decided, yo, this is our time to get some clout tokens. So, they became our rivals and they actually knocked us out of the finals, right? So I have a very big hate relationship with this team, but at the same time I really like them because they make the storyline very interesting, and every time that my favorite team plays against them, I'm always rooting and I'm so passionate because I'm like, we have to beat them. We always have to beat them. And I have some people that stay in Philadelphia. If it's smoke, it's smoke, dude. But Philadelphia, well, for this season, they're really not that good. So I was gonna give them the S tier, but they're A tier this season, above the Dragons. They're A tier-ish. A tier, they're like A tier, B tier. They're like right in between. Like if there was a B plus, they're right there. Why did I grab the Dragons? But okay. Los Angeles Gladiators. Now, this team I absolutely adore, right? I freaking love Surefour with all my heart, bro. I freaking love him. He's awesome. I love how Gladiators, they're able to play the meta, but they also love to have variety, and all of their games I'm always interested. I'm never bored. I'm never sitting there like, oh my god, this is getting boring. They always find some way to entertain us. So, Gladiators, get that S tier. Oh my goodness. Chengdu Hunters. Now again, this is one of the newer teams to Overwatch League Season 2. Honestly, Chengdu Hunters, there's not really much to say. I love how they're playing on the whole hunter aspect and not playing the meta. They're very reliant on that Hammond quad DPS meta, and I appreciate them for that very much. But they just haven't stood out to me. They don't stick out to me. I just haven't grown a connection with them. Maybe after this season, I'll probably like them a lot more because I see the very good potential they have if DPS start to come back into the meta. But as of right now, Chengdu Hunters is going to have to settle with the B. Washington Justice. Okay. Washington Justice is just flat out one of the worst teams in the league. And I don't think that's because they're bad players per se. They just have a lot of issues going on. And there's not really much more to say except for Janice and Ark. How dare you? But you know what? They're just going to have to settle with the C rank. Alright, my betas. Next team is the Florida Mayhem. Okay, some of you guys may know, but I actually live in Florida, right? So when I heard about the Florida Mayhem, I was excited. I was like, oh my god. Florida is having their own esports team. That's very insane. Then the actual league came along. Boy, was I disappointed. No, Florida's not my favorite team. Florida's actually my little brother's favorite team, because he was born in Florida. I was born somewhere else, and that's where we're going. They're actually coming up like really close. But Florida Mayhem, man, like if they were better, I think I would like them a lot more, because they're Florida Mayhem is a meme. Like, their whole team is just a meme. And, I mean, well, their old team used to be a meme. Now that most of their players are gone, because, bruh, when I say the coach is Thanos, all of those players, for straight Korean players, bruh, Florida Mayhem coaching staff was not joking. They said, hold up, Koreans dominated the game. Slide them, bruh. But for right now, Florida Mayhem, you're just going to have to get that C. But you're going to be above the Shock. No, not Shock, the Charge. The Charge, Toronto, and Washington. I like Florida a lot more than those teams. Now, the moment we've been waiting for. My favorite team in the league, the New York Excelsior. This team, number one, representing where I was born. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, right? So just to have my team represented and my area represented, that's good enough. Like Florida, right? But this team, even though it's a full Korean roster, right? I've never grown so attached to a sports team in my life. I love every single member of the New York Excelsior. I love, well, Janice isn't there anymore, Ark isn't there anymore, but I love Mano, absolute beast main tank, Meko, beast, Jonak, beast, Pine, God, Sabiobi, God, Flower, rookie, but still a god, Nene, bro, Pog Zarya, bro. Pogs are. I mean, yes, Nene has made mistakes with wasting ults against the Seoul Dynasty, actually, this season. Season 2. But I love, bro, New York Excelsior, they have their own, like, YouTube channel, and, like, most teams do. But they upload vlogs. They upload a whole bunch of Q&A videos. A whole bunch of fan meetups. Like, I've never grown so attached to people in my life other than this team, and that's why they get that S+ tier. New York Excelsior, hands down, my favorite team in the league. Next team is the Houston Outlaws. Now, if you know the Overwatch League, then you know about Pine popping off on Ilios against the Houston Outlaws. One of my favorite clips of the Overwatch League in general. Pine is just destroying that team. The Houston Outlaws, they have some really, really good people too. I love Raucus. Raucus, I think that's how you say his name. Raucus and Jake. Those two absolutely stand out to me. I love them. Houston Outlaws, they're just an average team in my opinion though, so I'm gonna have to give them that B tier. But they're above the Hunters, but not above the Fuel. Yeah. Atlanta Reign. Now, I have a very bittersweet relationship with the Atlanta Reign for two reasons. Number one, Dufresne. I love Dufresne, bro. Dufresne, first game on the league, he played Torbjorn. He played Torbjorn and absolutely popped off, my dude. My dudes, he popped off, right? But then, here's where the bitter part comes in. They were the first team to end the New York winning streak. Season 2. We were on a winning streak, but we ended up losing 2 games, back-to-back actually, to this team. So they have definitely earned my respect, but they're not my favorite team. They're not one of my favorite teams in the league. So they're going to be getting that S tier, but under Seoul Dynasty and the Gladiators. Okay, next team, San Francisco Shock. Now this is a team that I didn't like at first, right? Season 1, I didn't really like the Shock that much. They just seemed like a C or B team to me. I've never grown attached to them. But Season 2 Shock, I've learned about Super. I've always known about Sinatra, but I've never really liked him until this season, right? This team, they have they have shot up from what was a C or a B rank. Now, stay with me, to an S+ rank. Wanna know why? Number one, they are absolutely dominating Stage 2 right now. Well, Season 2 right now. They are the Stage 2 champions, right? Defeating the Vancouver Titans, which seemed like a unstoppable force. But the San Francisco Shock stopped them, and I have to give it up to them. They've earned so much respect for me. And then also, I'm starting to watch some of their like videos and stuff, and they're absolutely hilarious, bro. The Hanzhou Spark. Now listen, look, oh. I like that. But Hanzhou Spark. Now this team, I really like. I really like them. Number one, their marketing quality, absolutely smart. The pink and blue color scheme, bro, if you don't even know about the Overwatch League, and like you were given the option to choose a Overwatch League skin, you would be drawn to this skin. The pink and blue looks absolutely amazing, right? Some of the players I know, like Rhea, Jexu, I don't really know how to say his name, my bad. But yeah, couple of the players I know from like World Cup and stuff, and they're not the best. All right, let me put that out there. They're not the best team, but I think with the right amount of practice, dedication, motivation, I think the Spark can really pop off. So for right now, they're going to be getting the A tier, above the Dragons and above Philadelphia Fusion. Alright, next team, the London Spitfire. Okay, now, if you watch the Overwatch League, then you know about the absolute monumental, that was a big ass word, monumental, fantastical grand finale between the London Spitfire and the Philadelphia Fusion. That match and that whole event will go down in history, esports history, as one of the best esports endings of all time. Like, they seemed, London and Philadelphia, they seemed like the top dogs of the Overwatch League. They seemed like unstoppable objects. They, like it was just, they seemed so powerful. Yes, with London coming out on top. So London is the Season 1 champions of the Overwatch League. But now let's talk about Season 2, where London and Philadelphia seem like the worst teams on the league, bruh. Like, they're not doing anything, like, remarkable from what I remember, like, at all. Like, I don't hear any, like, I really love London Spitfire. Like London Spitfire, hands down, is like S tier for me, right? But, bruh, they're gonna get the S tier, right? Because I love Prophet, Bird Ring, Gesture, I love all them dudes, right? But the fact that they aren't playing as good as they can be, just, it's holding me back. And I'm not blaming them, I'm blaming the meta, the GOATS meta. I'm blaming the GOATS meta. So they're S tier, but they're gonna be above the Reign, but under the Gladiators for right now. Yeah. Vancouver Titans. Now, the Vancouver Titans used to be known as Runaway. Runaway, them boys came into the league, took the trophy, and then ran away. You feel me? But no, bruh, like, these dudes came into the league destroying. Like, absolutely destroying, bro. Like, they seemed unstoppable until Shock finally stopped them and gave them their first loss ever. Their first loss ever, bruh, in Stage 2. But they're not my favorite team. I don't really know them like that. I've never really known Runaway like that either. I know of Bumper, and that's pretty much it. Haxel, I know some of them, right? But for like me and my favorite list, they're not gonna be that high. They're gonna be A tier. Yeah, A tier. They're, yeah, A tier. Above the Spark, above Fusion, Dragons. Yeah, A tier top. Now, Boston Uprising. They have a very, very controversial past, as you guys know. Well, some of you guys may not know, but we're not gonna talk about that on this video. But Fusions, main tank for Boston Uprising, absolute monster, but they're just not one of my favorite teams at all, and they're gonna be getting that B list. Sorry guys if I'm like running through it because I have to be somewhere soon. Alright, my betas, real quick, last team, the Los Angeles Valiants. Now, these guys, they were I would say A tier for me, Season 1. But I don't know what's going on, but the GOATS meta is just not for them, bro. The GOATS meta is not doing them wonders at all. Like, they're not doing good. I think they have like a 0. Like, they have 0 wins right now, I think. Yeah, they have 0 wins right now, I think, guys, and that's a shame, man, because going into Season 1, they were one of my favorite teams. But for right now, they're just gonna get that B behind the Hunters. Behind the Hunters, yeah. Let me see if I want to make any last minute changes to the list. Not really, no. I think that's it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move Dynasty up to S+ tier. They're really low S+, but they're S+. So yeah, this is my final list with the S+ tier being New York, San Francisco, and Seoul. With the S tier being Gladiators, London, and the Reign. A tier being the Titans, Spark, Fusions, and Dragons. With B being the Fuel, Uprising, Outlaws, Hunters, and the Valiants. And the bottom of the list, unfortunately, the Paris Eternal, Mayhem, Charge, Toronto Defiant, and Washington Justice being my least favorite team in the league. But yeah, my betas, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. If you guys want me to do more tier list videos like this with like different stuff like food, rappers, movies, comic book, superheroes, I don't care, anything, just comment down below and I'll try to do it. But this, I feel like this will be a good introduction to the Overwatch League to people who don't know about the Overwatch League. Then also a good introduction to the tier list that I could make more if you guys want me to. So just comment down below. But yeah, my betas, it's been your boy NightWolf. God, I can't speak today. It's been your boy NightWolf. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Peace.